that song, right? It is a song from the Minnesota band Semisonic that many bars still play at the end of the night. And the song Closing Time, also the name of a new book. History is hardly a dry subject, and especially if you view it through maybe the eyes of a bar stool.
The Closing Time explores the highs, the lows, and the dark corners of the Twin Cities' most famous drinking establishments. From watering holes of yesterday to favorites of today, this read is a very spirited journey. Joining us this morning, author is Bill Liddicky and Andy Sturdivant. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing first and foremost?
Oh, great.
Great.
We're fantastic.
This is not your first go-around with Twin Cities history. You guys have separately kind of delved into writing about our pasts across these two cities.
Oh, you read our dossier, yes.
I did.
Bill and I have kind of been working in tandem, I think, for many years on sort of historical topics, and this was a good opportunity for the two of us to kind of get together and work on a project, that hit on both of our interests.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking you get together, you say, okay, hey, let's do a book on some bars past and present. And, I'm assuming you probably did a little bit of research in the bars. We said you spent some time also in the library, and you even focused on the very first saloon in the metro area. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so the first saloon ever in the Twin Cities was Pig's Eye Perrant's Saloon. He was a French-Canadian fur trader who moved outside of the Fort Snelling area and sort of settled St. Paul. And he was famous for selling rum to lots of people, whoever would go by on the Mississippi River.
Okay.
This book features a lot of different places, and obviously only begins to touch the topic. How did you guys decide what made the cut and what didn't?
Started with a big spreadsheet. Yeah, we actually got together at a bar and said, okay, so here's the 100 places that are on the table. And I think from there worked it down to 50. There were some places that we wanted to get in there. One of the great parts about having the book out there is people coming up and saying, how could you have forgotten such and such establishment? You monsters! This is one of the most important establishments in the history of the Twin Cities, and you've neglected it. So I think that's part of the.
You're always going to have those people.
Well, and of course, and they're right too. I mean, like if it could have written it twice as long,
There's hundreds of places that could have been in the book.
Sure. But you had to narrow it down, right?
And we wanted to get places that were kind of geographically spread, a pretty wide cross section historically, culturally. So we tried to place each bar at like one particular place in time.
Since we can't go through all of them, why don't both of you pick one that you think is really culturally, significant, or that really stood out to you, that you really rallied for?
Well, I'll throw a pitch in for St. Paul for the Spot Bar on Randolph Avenue. It's the oldest bar that's been in St. Paul, and it's still open today. So it opened in 1887. And it has that old frontier feel even to this day. The basement's really small, and you go in there, and it's sort of intimate, a lot of nice wood walls, and it's still open today. And it's still got the same vibe that it might have had 100 years ago.
Okay.
One that I was excited to have in there is one that's closed. The ghost version kind of lives on with Sheiks, which opened.
I used to work there.
Really? Oh, there you go. Okay.
Before